And now, ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest of the evening is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the super flyweight division. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Christopher Young. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner wearing the black trunks with yellow trim, she stands 5 feet tall. She weighed in at 115.9 pounds. She holds a bare knuckle record of 2 victories, opposite just 1 defeat. And she fights out of Anderson, Indiana, introducing Shelby Boom Boom Cannon. And now her opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks with gold and blue trim. She stands 5 feet tall. She weighed in at 114.7 pounds. Tonight, she makes her bare knuckle debut, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Havana, Cuba, introducing La Domadora, Erisnelsy Torres Castillo.
Fight is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Our referee, Christopher Young. Shelby Cannon. Erisnelsy Torres. Here we go. Cannon comes out in the southpaw stance. Generally fights from the orthodox stance, so she's already working on different things for this fight against Torres. Black and yellow trunks for Shelby Cannon, red, white, and blue for Torres.
Cannon back-to-back opponents with boxing backgrounds.
Yes.
Just had the boxing background and even the amateur experience. And you know what? Cannon's still a difficult opponent even for a conventional boxer. She's got good hand skills herself.
For someone who, going into that title fight, wasn't sure if she was going to make a career of this, she decided after that great battle for the belt that she is going to keep doing this for a while, and probably justifiably so.
Yeah, she's not going to be an easy out for anybody, whether they have a boxing background or an MMA background. Her hand skills are up to par even with good boxers. You can see here Torres has that boxing mindset. She uses those smooth feints, changing angles and whatnot. She can fight herself.
Shelby doing good work early. She is always ultra aggressive. She said, if anything, I need to step a little off of the pedal at times. Also, she utilizes the clinch very well. Torres is a pure boxer. It'd be interesting to see if some work inside takes place.
Yeah, that's what Cannon will have the advantage against the conventional boxers.
Like right here.
Yeah. What's the floor? And that's why her hand skills are so impressive, because she doesn't come from a boxing background. So, in fact, she's got good hand skills, and then she can supersede the boxers on the inside with her dirty boxing. It's going to help her a lot, and that's why her and Agnieszka was such a good fight, good back and forth action.
Good start to this 5-round matchup.
10 seconds for the bell.
4th time in the Trigon for Shelby Cannon. BYB debut for Erisnelsy Torres. Good start, good aggressiveness by Shelby Cannon, but you can tell Torres has the skill. She's been boxing a long time. Now she just needs to get inside and put it on her opponent.
That's the thing, though. You got to be careful with Cannon getting inside, because Cannon on the inside can do a little bit more. Tough debut even for Torres, because she's got good boxing skills. But again, you're dealing with somebody like Cannon, not only has experience in the Trigon, but also, actually knows how to maneuver with her hand skills as well.
Back at BYB 25, April of this year, BYB Women's Super Flyweight title fight went the distance, as I mentioned. Agnieszka Kirakosian walked away with the belt. She also walked away with a bunch of bruises given to her by Shelby Cannon. There's that clinch work I talked about, Paulie.
Yeah, that's one thing that Cannon understands, is how to be a boss in there. She understands how to take control of the fight. Right now, although Torres has good boxing skills, it's been Cannon that's sort of dictated the way this fight's been fought. She's controlled the center of the Trigon, and it's been Torres who's been trying to find the angles, but not quite find the correct angles. And now on the inside, it's Cannon who's maneuvering.
Shelby Cannon, a veteran of 10 amateur mixed martial arts battles.
She's finding these spaces here, and Torres doing decent work, but again, it's Cannon. See how she's bossing it in there. She's forcing Torres to be more defensive. And Cannon just has that crazy psychotic, I don't care, I'm going to control this fight kind of mentality. We saw it in the Kirakozy fight, which made it one of the best fights we've seen. And here she's taking that mindset again. Good uppercut on the inside by Torres, though.
And a little thing that she's doing, which is extremely impressive, is she kept switching the hand in which she had the clinch with. Now, if it's Muay Thai, you keep that plump clinch, Paulie, and you throw knees. But she was very good mixing it up there.
Yeah. Torres broke away there and a couple of shots around the side. It was well-rounded overall. It's not the easiest debut.
And her very first boxing match, if you will, was with no gloves, and it was at the Indigo at the O2 in London, England, June 25th, 23. Close-in work still being utilized brilliantly by Boom Boom.
See, again, Cannon taking control, trying to be the boss of this fight.
Yep.
But she's got Torres open now.
Probably watch how she switches her hand with the clinch as she tries to throw from both sides.
Yeah, that's the thing. She doesn't give you a break, this Cannon. You got to be able to understand the spacing you need, because if you're going to fight at this distance, you're going to be working every second of the round. Because Cannon needs either throwing punches or putting you in some kind of uncomfortable clinch to position you to be hit again. So if you're going to fight at this range, if you're not going to be able to control distance at center Trigon, then you got to be ready to have the stamina to match Cannon here. It looks like Torres is sort of starting to work here.
Shelby said, I'm pretty aggressive. I am like white on rice. And she has been, since round one, she has been all over the newcomer, Erisnelsy Torres. But Torres is game, man.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the women are, man. She's good inside shots, but I think Torres is making the mistake of trying to look for one big shot on the inside. She's trying to load up with those uppercuts. You're not going to get Cannon off you, even if you load up one big shot. You got to be able to either match her or change the angle or change the distance at which you're fighting at. Right now, Cannon will take the power off of some of the shots, and bare knuckles, you know, even to take the power off some of the shots, it's uncomfortable to get touched and touched with knuckles constantly. It'll wear you down, it'll open cuts, and that's what you're seeing Cannon do here. She's now loading up, but again, it's knuckle to face, and it's uncomfortable. And you see Torres, what she's doing. She's trying to load up one big uppercut. Yep. That's not how it's going to happen. You're not going to get Cannon. Even if you land one of those shots, it'll be nice, but Cannon, you're not going to break Cannon's will.
And she's landed a couple.
Yeah. But again, Cannon has this psychoticness to her. I'm telling you, look.
Oh, there you go. That time, Paulie, she used those one at a time, as you've been talking about, to get some space.
To get some space, but you see Cannon was trying to hold position. She was trying to block, hold position. She got to stop punching. Cannon stopped punching, but you know, I think the round ended because Cannon wasn't trying to back up anywhere.
Cannon goes 100 miles an hour all the time, and so far, as we head into round number 4, this one's scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Cannon holding true to that statement. And right into the clinch again. So, Paulie, the question is, how does Torres avoid getting caught?
Well, at this distance, she's got to work. And that's what she is. She's working there, but she's loading up. She's going to fall in like that. This is you got to fight at if you're Torres. But look at the mistake she makes. She's at this distance and she loads up one big shot. First of all, loading up on one big shot is going to wind up putting you back at close range.
Right.
We want to get lucky and try to end the fight, but that's probably not going to end the fight with one big shot. Cannon's got a good chin. She's got a lot of fighting spirit. You got to put together the boxing skills that Torres was taught in the gym and uses in her boxing in order to maintain a proper distance from Cannon and also control the fight at the same time. She's not working at this distance, and when she does, she loads up one big shot. It's not how you're going to beat Cannon. It's, again, the choice of fight that you make is the difference in winning and losing when you fight a high caliber of opponent like Cannon.
Good counter right hand from Castillo. So, as it is with many Latinos, you know, she got 4 or 5 names. But she says in the fighter meetings, we're going to go by Erisnelsy Torres, and I just saw the back of her shorts, and it says
the front says Torres. Though.
There you go.
Still loading up one big shot. Again, I don't think that's the way you're going to win this fight. I think she has better boxing skills than this, but instead it's been Cannon who's been showing the boxing skills, taking off some of the mustard on the punches and trying to get numbers in there.
She's landing, but not enough. Agnesa Kirakozian did knock Agnesa knocked down Shelby Cannon in the second round, but that's the only time she's been knocked down.
But Agnesa was Spitfire, you know, she's her own level of intensity as well.
No question.
I don't know if Castillo is fighting at, Torres is fighting at the at that level of intensity to make that count.
Erisnelsy Torres, fifth and final round.
And this is now she probably does need to load up, because I think now she probably does need a knockout or at least some knockdowns.
Yep. Boom Boom in the black and yellow, Torres in the red, blue, and white. Good shot. Shelby Cannon talked about that she loves that she's literally growing as BYB grows, and she's honored to be part of this rise.
Again, you see Cannon, little short shots. Torres trying to load up with big shots.
She's connecting. And you can see the head pop back a little bit time and time again from Shelby Cannon. But Cannon's a gamer. Tough to finish.
And then she's also staying on offense herself. Yes. And she's been the more consistent of the two attackers, you see.
That's the old saying in football. The only thing to prevent defense does is prevent you from winning.
Yeah. It'll prevent the big play, but it won't prevent the first downs from happening. And a lot of first downs being scored by Cannon, although a couple of good hooks there from Torres. She's got the fighting spirit.
Over the top nicely with the left hand. 40 seconds remain in this fight. Cannon had a game plan. You can see it clearly. Close the distance, make her clinch, take one of the skills on the side of the ledger that Cannon is very good at against one that Torres is very inexperienced at. And so far, so good for Shelby Cannon, looking for a late finish.
Although keep in mind, Torres fought at 108, you know,
yes.
So she's not the biggest physically here, and you can see her lack of physical strength is also counting against her on the inside, which is another reason why she needed to be smarter on the outside to keep the fight on the outside with her varied boxing skills that she should have been using. She had the athleticism to do it, she just chose not to do it, and I think it's one of the reasons it's going to cost her the fight tonight.
They go the distance. Shelby Cannon and Erisnelsy Torres.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Rodriguez sees it 50-45, while judges Lazaro and Toledo see it 49-46. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Shelby Boom Boom Cannon.
Unanimous decision victory. Shelby Cannon moves to 3-1 inside the Trigon. And she will speak with Danielle.
Shelby Boo Boo Cannon, congratulations on a win. You definitely earned that nickname tonight. Continuously engaging in contact. How do you feel?
I feel really good. I'm glad we were able to get the win. I also want to give a big shout out to Elevate here in Miami. They helped me with recovery, losing a few pounds before weigh-ins. So if there's any fighters local that come for their next fight, you need to hook them up.
Fabulous. And you said you've been training nonstop since April. You've been working on that dirty boxing?
Yes, absolutely working on the dirty boxing. It's hard staying motivated with so much time in between fights. I'm super, super grateful. I also want to give a huge shout out to my Lord and Savior. Everybody has to give a huge shout out to Jesus Christ. We represent love and forgiveness in this ring. I like to look at the 3 corners as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I think that there's a lot that can be said about the triangle, even in recovery. So I'm just grateful to be a part of BYB, and I'm glad they gave me the opportunity today.
Congratulations, Shelby.